Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see a three-time Pro Bowler, Derek Carr, leading the Oakland Raiders as they take on Drew Lock and the Denver Broncos. With that, we're off to the Rocky Mountains. Standing by in Denver, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, whiteout conditions throughout the Great Plains sure made travel difficult, but we're still expecting a full house at Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Oakland Raiders. With you from the booth, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. CDR matchup here. A couple of teams last year that were really pretty similar. Both under 500, both missed the playoffs, and they both think that they can turn things around in 2019.
Yeah, how about 2018, though? A case of the haves and the have-nots. In 16-game seasons in the NFL, for the first time last year, no one finished 8-8. Now, you know that in baseball, basketball, other sports, turnarounds can take 3, 4, 5 years. In football, it could just be a few months.
About set to go now from snowy Denver. And in front of a raucous crowd, this one is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Time to get our first look at the Denver Broncos on offense and quarterback Drew Lock, who is now 2-0.
2-0, baby.
As an NFL starter. He won in Week 13, and then he won in Week 14 at Houston 38-24. And we love obscure stats, so here's an obscure stat. Drew Lock, the first rookie since 1950 to have at least 300 passing yards and 3 passing touchdowns in his first career road start.
How about that? But you know what I liked about his first 2 starts? In the first one, he had to bring his team back late in order to get the game winner. Remember, they had to have the last drive, helped by a questionable call, but still got it done. And
blitz coming, and down he goes. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Lock now to throw. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Sutton is part of a good young receiving core for the Broncos. They liked Sutton enough last year. They traded away Demaryius Thomas, if you remember, halfway through the season. And Sutton, he responded. Rookie campaign, had over 700 yards, 42 catches for the man from Brenham, Texas, which is located halfway between Houston and Austin.
Watch a slap, watch a slap, watch a slap.
It's a pickup of 5, brings up second down. The offensive starters now for the Broncos.
And the play of this offensive line is going to be so important in this game because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communication and being physical is vital. Otherwise, this could be a long game.
18 Gator.
This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Quickly now, the starting 11 for the Oakland defense.
When you're talking about what you want from a middle linebacker or an inside linebacker, you're talking about Tyre Whitehead. Does a nice job wading through a lot of the traffic and does an excellent job of bringing down ball carriers. One of the top tacklers in the league when he's on top of his game.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
Second-year punter Colby Wadman out there now for the Broncos. Back deep for the Raiders, Jalen Richard. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent. Before Oakland starts this next drive, Charles, it's starting to look like there's not going to be that fairy tale ending to the Raiders' tenure in Oakland. They were 6-4, but now 3 straight losses. They're 6-7. This most recent defeat, 42-21 to Tennessee. And they were playing well. There's no getting around it. They were starting to scare people around the league, especially Kansas City within their own division. We were looking at a possible Kansas City-Oakland matchup that could have ramifications within the division. But I think that the Raiders were a little bit ahead of pace. This is a team that's building. I think next...
I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. Well, we thought these 2 defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
So free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. And it's taken in at the 9.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Denver getting the football back here, Charles. Earlier we talked about Drew Lock, 2-0 in his first 2 NFL starts, and maybe his future with that franchise. You're hoping they can finish strong if you're a Denver fan because, look, this season did not begin the way that they had hoped, but they're 5-8. If they win their last 3, it could be a 500 year all of a sudden.
Well, it's going to be a challenge to get to 500 because their next game in Kansas City against the Chiefs, then they're at home against the Lions and the Raiders, and those look to be winnable games right now. But Kansas City trending upward, playing not just for a division crown, but playoff seeding. But at the same time, how about Drew Lock? His first win against a Chargers team that was trying to stay in the playoff race. His second win against the AFC South Division leading Houston Texans in Houston. Got that done. And then he comes back now and goes to Kansas City to take on Patrick Mahomes. This young man's getting an education in a hurry.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now Locke on the bootleg. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Lock again here on 2nd and 10. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Lindsay. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Lindsay.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsay. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On 2nd and a couple. Lock. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Tim Patrick there to make the grab. And the Broncos push further out in front. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. Boy, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Carr. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And absolutely zero surprise that that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet and go, oh, I've got the exact play to dial up?
No, that's just a head scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It's taken to the 26. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 55 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After one, it's 9-0. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
On second down, here's Locke. This is the tight end Fant. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Broncos push further out in front.
How about that touchdown, partner? If you blinked, you probably missed it. I looked away for just a second, and they were in the end zone.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll look to run with Freeman. And Freeman finding his way in for a Bronco touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Broncos push further out in front. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And that will make this a 16-point lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the final act came from Royce Freeman on the touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
This thrown quickly out to Jones. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Throwing on 2nd down. Carr will find his tight end. That's Waller.
The coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Here's Carr. It's caught. Jones. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get 1st downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
Now Carr. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
I got you.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner.
Well, they certainly got dented with that first down run, so now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
Here we go. 50, plant.
Not, sweetheart.
5.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. A huge play there for Denver. 52 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Let's make this better.
They'll try the draw, Lindsey. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box, we'll be sending you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential, but when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Come on, set. 15, line it. 15 line.
Cut.
Get it.
Locked to throw on 3rd and 1. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
A 21-yard attempt.
And McManus able to put it through, and that will stretch the lead to 3 scores now at 19-0. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Rip left.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's Williams on the catch. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
First down, Raiders.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. The throw complete here to Williams, and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Carr again. That's caught by Waller out left side. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 19.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Carr now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. To throw is Carr. The open man here, Renfro. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well run route.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Carr to throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Kareem Jackson on the cover.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Again, they'll throw with Carr. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for save yards. Incomplete. Chris Harris on the cover.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half.
7-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. The snow certainly making conditions difficult, and it's not likely to get better anytime soon, as we turn it right back over to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Rocky Mountain snow looks like it's going to continue through this second half as we are back underway in Denver. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now a pass caught by Zay Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give him a lot of confidence to help turn things around. On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And it's third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Carr. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. Jacobs now. Todd Davis, the Broncos' leading tackler last year, up to make the stop.
He was brought down by Todd Davis. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 37-yard line.
For now, 180.
45. All day, dog.
2nd and 5 now. Carr. He completes it to Jones. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 25-yard line. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
On 1st down, Carr. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Shotgun now for Carr. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Defense.
And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Hey, let's go. Watch the pass.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Eric Tomlinson there to make the grab as they are able to cut into that lead. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
Complete to Eric Tomlinson. Touchdown, Oakland.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he'll wind up short of the goal line, so they will not be able to get this back within a score as this remains a 10-point differential.
Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. A running play on first down will get 4 up to the 29. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10.
I'm coming after you.
A run with Lindsey out of the gun. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a second and 3.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Throwing on first down is Locke. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
I got you, boy. Check. Hot. Hit it.
They'll run on first down. It's Lindsey. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Call it a gain of 2 as time has run out on this third quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready. 18 Gators.
Watch the run.
5.
On play action, Locke. And his throw is incomplete. Good coverage there by Trayvon Mullen.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
The Broncos on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing his Locke on third down. He'll find Lindsey here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. The kick by McManus is good, and that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948. Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 0-1, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the Tuck roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one people remember. But I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82. And the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Carr completes it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 17-yard line. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now Carr. This is caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. From 17 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score. So they fought half the battle here, but they're still down.
Plenty of work still left for them, but they delivered in the first step in their comeback attempt.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And the lead will shrink to 6. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it ends with an Oakland touchdown. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. This will be taken very short. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
To throw it is Locke. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. That'll bring up second down.
Leads to second and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's second and 10 now from the 35.
That's track.
Get it.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble.
Here's Locke to throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards. Well, a clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Locke now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. They'll run here with Lindsey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. That battle, that was won right up front.
And we're used to seeing those battles right up front, but we're used to seeing a lot of defensive tackles or more run stuffers and just play the spot where they are. How about these dancing bears we see nowadays that win the battle and then go upfield looking for runners?
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Big grip. Big grip.
They'll get 3 out of the dump-off there, and that'll lead to a third down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up third and 8.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Locke going to throw. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And now right out of the 2-minute break, We'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Lindsey. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
Ready? 8, read.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Here we go, here we go.
Let's go.
Now it's Lindsey. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Ready? 30 base.
No. Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world.
Hit it.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Here's Lindsey, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And McManus able to put it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, they've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
So Derek Carr in the offense, down by 9, 20 seconds to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a 1st down. Now Carr. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Let's get it.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Counter play with Jacobs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And despite the cold, despite the snow, this one was fun to watch, and I want to thank you for bringing two things, the space heater and the hot chocolate. Those were a big help for us here in the booth.
Yeah, just so you know, in the future, get your own space heater. Okay, I'm an only child. I don't share very often. But this had to bring out, like, the 12-year-old in us, didn't it? I mean, to be able to watch this, and let's face it, when you were that age, you didn't come inside until Mom screamed, "Get inside now, young man," because you wanted to be out there just having a good time, and actually you almost forgot just how cold it was. I'm sure these guys didn't, but they ended up playing just like those 12-year-olds and getting it done.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.